Hey, what's going on, guys? Norsky here. In this video I want to go through all the guns that are confirmed at this point in time for the upcoming COD, which is Call of Duty WW2. I'll also go through a few guns that are not confirmed, but they're very likely that they're going to be in the game. Hit the like button if you enjoy, and also let me know which one of these guns you're most excited about using when this game eventually comes out. Alright, starting out with the submachine guns. Our first SMG is the M3 submachine gun, or better known as the grease gun, or simply the greaser. It was produced in 1942 and its place of origin is the United States. There were around 600 to 700,000 of these produced in World War II. Now this gun was actually made to replace the Thompson in World War II because it was much cheaper to produce. And an interesting note is this will be the first time since Call of Duty 2 that we'll have the grease gun in the Call of Duty, which was released all the way back in 2005. It was supposed to be in World at War, but it was cut from the final version of the game. But this is one gun I'm really looking forward to trying out. Moving on to the next SMG, and that is the Machine Pistol 40, or the MP40. It's probably one of the most famous guns from World War II. The origins of the MP40 are Germany, and it was produced in 1940. Other variants of the MP40 include the MP36, the MP38, and the MP41. Roughly around 1.1 million MP40s were produced between 1940 and 1945. The MP40 has been featured in many previous Call of Duty titles, including Call of Duty 2, 3, and is also in World at War in 2008. It's also in Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, and also in Advanced Warfare. Just to note, the MP40 was called the HG40 in Black Ops 3, and this gun has always been a fan favorite in the Call of Duty community. Hopefully it won't be as OP as it was in World at War. One last thing to note is the MP40 has also been a major staple gun in zombies. In fact, the MP40 has been in every Treyarch game. The next confirmed SMG is the STEN, or the STEN gun. Its place of origin is the United Kingdom and it began production in 1941. Anywhere between 3.5 and 4.5 million of these were produced in the 40s. The reason it's named the STEN is actually from the chief designers of the gun. The S stands for Shepherd, the T stands for Turpin, and the EN stands for Enfield. This gun has been featured in Call of Duty 2 and 3. It was originally in World at War, but it didn't make the final cut just like the grease gun. It was also in Black Ops 1 and Advanced Warfare. The final confirmed SMG that we know of at this point in time is the Thompson machine gun, also known as the Tommy gun. The Thompson has probably 100 other nicknames, but the Tommy gun is the most famous and common nickname. I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to see this classic come back. Now its place of origins is the United States. The Thompson was produced between 1921 and 1945. A total of around 2 million Tommy guns were produced in that time span. The Thompson is also a major fan favorite just like the MP40. This gun has been featured in Call of Duty 2 and 3 and World at War. This gun is also a major staple gun in zombies just like the MP40. The last gun to go through in the SMG's class is the PPS-43. Now this gun is unconfirmed, but it has a good chance of ending up in the game. This gun's place of origin is the Soviet Union and was produced between 1942 and 1946. Roughly 2 million PPS-42s and 43s were produced. Surprisingly, this gun has never been featured in any Call of Duties except for Black Ops 1 Zombies on the Nintendo DS. This would be a very interesting gun to play with since it's never been in any Call of Duty multiplayer to date, so I hope the rumors of this gun being in Call of Duty World War II are true. Alright, moving on to the confirmed rifles in Call of Duty World War II. First confirmed rifle is the M1 Garand. This gun is a very solid gun, and it had a huge impact in World War II, and in many other world conflicts. The M1 Garand originated in the United States and was produced from 1934 through 1956. There were around 5.5 million of these things built. The M1 was a very reliable gun. In fact, it was probably one of the most reliable in all of World War II. This gun has been playable in many Call of Duty titles like Call of Duty 2 and 3, World at War, Advanced Warfare, and Black Ops 3, which was called the MX Garand. And it's also in Infinite Warfare. This gun is also featured in many Call of Duty zombie maps. The next confirmed rifle is the classic M1918 bar, or the Browning automatic rifle. The bar is a gun that's been around since World War I. Its longevity of usage should say enough about how effective this gun was. Originating in the United States, this gun was designed by John Browning and was produced from 1917 until 1945. A total of around 350,000 of these guns were produced. This gun has been playable in Call of Duty 2, 3, and World at War, and is also on some older Treyarch zombie maps. A gun that I'm really looking forward to playing with is the STG-44, which has already been confirmed in the game. I love the look of this gun, and it's just an awesome classic. The place of origin for this gun is Germany, and it was produced from 1943 through 1945. A total of around 426,000 of these guns were built. This gun has been featured in Call of Duty 2, 3, and 4, Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare Remastered. Although in these titles it was known as the MP44 instead. This gun has also been in Advanced Warfare and in Black Ops 3. And also, can't forget, it's been in World at War, Black Ops 1, and 2, and 3, through the Zombies mode. Moving on to some rifles that are very likely to be in the game but are not 100% confirmed as of yet. Starting with the SVT-40, this gun is semi-automatic and is somewhat similar to the M1 Garand. This gun originated from the Soviet Union and began production in 1938. A total of around 1.6 million SVTs were built. The SVT-40 has been in Call of Duty 2 and World at War, so it hasn't been featured nearly as much as some of the other guns. The next gun that's not confirmed but is very likely to end up in Call of Duty World War II is the M1A1 Carbine, or simply the M1 Carbine. Again, this is another semi-automatic gun that is similar to the M1 Garand and SVT-40. This gun's place of origins is the United States and was produced between 1941 through 1945. And there was actually a whopping 6 million of these bad boys built. Now this gun has only been featured in Call of Duty 2 and World at War to date. The last rifle that is unconfirmed but definitely has a good chance of being in COD World War II is the Gewehr 43. This is another semi-automatic rifle that originated from Nazi Germany that was produced between 1943 and 1945. An estimated total of around 400,000 of these guns were built in that time span. This gun was actually renamed to the Karabiner 43 in 1944. This gun has been in several Call of Duties, including Call of Duty 2, 3, World at War, and the Zombies mode in Black Ops 1. The next category of guns to go through would be the LMGs. The first confirmed gun that we have for the LMGs class is the MG15, which is a very unique looking gun because of its magazine. This gun originated from Germany and was designed and produced in the 1920s. This was used on many types of aircrafts for Germany in World War II. Now this gun doesn't really have anything in common with the MG15NA from World War I except for its name. The MG15 has never been in any previous Call of Duty game ever, so this will be the first actual new gun that we've gone through. The next confirmed LMG in COD World War II is the Lewis Automatic Machine Gun, or simply the Lewis Gun. This gun is also very unique looking because of the pan magazine that it has. The Lewis Gun originated from the United Kingdom and was produced between 1913 and 1942. Over 200,000 of these guns were made between World War I and II. Also, just like the MG15, the Lewis gun has never appeared in any previous Call of Duty title. Surprisingly, those are the only two LMGs that are confirmed to be in COD World War II, but I've got a couple more LMGs that are pretty likely to also be in the game. The MG42 is a gun that has a pretty good chance at being in this game. For one thing, there was a picture of it leaked back in April, although chances are it'll most likely be a mounted gun. Now this gun originated from Germany, was produced between 1942 and 1945. A total of around 425,000 of these guns were produced in those 3 years. This gun has been in Call of Duty 2, 3, World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 3 in Gorod Krovi. It was also originally supposed to be in Modern Warfare, but it got cut just prior to the release of the game. Last but not least out of the LMGs is the DP28. This gun is still unconfirmed, but there's a really good chance of seeing this gun in COD World War II. The DP28 also has a pan magazine which is very similar to the Lewis gun. This gun originated from the Soviet Union and was produced between 1928 all the way through the 1950s. In that span of time, there were around 800,000 DP28s built. Now the only previous Call of Duty this gun was used in was World at War. Moving on to the shotguns class, starting out with the first 100% confirmed shotgun, and that is the classic Winchester Model 1897. There's nothing else to say about this gun except that it's a classic. Honestly, I could say that about every gun in this game. But the Winchester 1897 probably is the most popular shotgun ever. It originated in the United States, and this gun was produced from 1897 until 1957. 60 years in production for a gun is a really long time. In that span, over 1 million of these guns were made. This gun has been previously featured in Call of Duty 2, 3, World at War, and Black Ops 1 Zombies. The only other confirmed shotgun at this point in time is the toggle action shotgun, which I believe is actually called the Walter Automatic Shotgun. It originated in Germany I couldn't find much other info on this gun. All I know is it's a pretty rare gun from World War II, and it's also never been featured in any previous Call of Duty. Now on to the last class for primary weapons, and that is the sniper rifles. Starting out with our first confirmed sniper rifle is the Springfield M1903. The Springfield originated in the United States and was produced between 1903 and 1949. Over 1.3 million of these guns were produced. Now this rifle is easily one of the most famous or well-known guns ever created. This gun has also been in previous Call of Duties like Call of Duty 2, 3, and World at War. One last thing to note is the Springfield is considered by many the worst gun in Call of Duty Zombies history. And the only other confirmed sniper rifle is the Kar-98. This gun is a bolt-action rifle. It originated from Germany and was produced between 1935 in 1945. Close to a whopping 15 million of these guns were produced in that time span, so they were producing around 4,000 of these per day on average. This gun has also been in Call of Duty 2, 3, World at War, and Black Ops 1 Zombie. Also, don't be surprised if you happen to see the Lee-Enfield or the PTRS-41 in Call of Duty World War II. Now here's a list of all the guns we've gone through in this video. The green ones are the confirmed guns, and the red ones are the unconfirmed guns. I plan on making another video similar to this one, only featuring the secondary guns and melee weapons, along with some of the confirmed equipment that we know of in a video soon. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting the like button. Also, if you happen to be new to my channel, then feel free to subscribe. Thanks again, guys, and I'll catch you later.